Dear Diary, it's been a hard time up here in Makwasaugen. I'm not gonna lie, in the early days I definitely considered moving back to Toronto a few times. But those days are gone, baby. I got a great union job at Luke Lumber Mills. I drive the truck that picks up the felled logs and puts them in a bigger truck. I'm so happy for me. With the extra money coming in, Marie's been able to quit her job at the second pancake house. Within a month after she left, that second place went bankrupt. Marie thinks it's because the two pancake houses next to each other is a ridiculous business model, but I think it's because it just couldn't function without her. I know I couldn't. Eric's looking better now that he can walk to school most days. He's joined the improv club and he made backup for the Musto Mustangs soccer team. More importantly, he's back on honor roll. I'm so happy for him. And Sarah's doing great too. She absolutely loves the new playground. Every day, as soon as I get home, she runs up to me and asks, "Est-ce que nous allons au parc, papa?" Her school is literally next to the park, but all she wants to do is go back. We walk along the new hiking paths, and Sarah's always asking me about all the different kinds of plants along the way. I'm so happy for her. In many ways, Makwasaugen is paradise. Unfortunately, the city has made a big push to draw in new residents and new funding. Some developer bought up the land up near Twin Pines Lake and wants to turn it into a new luxury village, whatever that means. It's probably selfish of me, I know, and I know there's nothing I can do to get in the way of progress, but I really hope that these new arrivals don't bring their old problems with them. My family, we moved here to get away from all of that nonsense.
Hello world and welcome back. I am Carter the Great Bear of the North and this is Makwasaugen in Cities Skylines. Once again, I hope you guys like the intro. People seem to be enjoying it. But yeah, so there have been some changes to Makwasaugen since the last episode. Not a lot, but some. Let's just get you guys caught up. First of all, we do have a beautiful, I think, path system that kind of connects the entire city. We've got bushes, we've got trees, and you can walk everywhere. And just to show you just how many people are actually using this, let's show you all of the routes that are going through. Yeah, all of these routes just being used, just walking connections. I absolutely love it, including Unger Park, which is now 4 stars. Just now 4 stars, which is absolutely amazing. That's many people are using that. But people are loving these roads, and I hope you guys do too. But in addition to that, we've also got road names named after people. We've got Scooter Street, we've got Hudgens Street, we've got Original Street, ACC Original, thank you very much. We've got Dalton Bador, we've got Mangs 856, we've got Diana Street right here, so there's a lovely intersection between Mangs 856 and Diana Street, which, best of luck to you guys. We got Peabody Street, thank you very much for the suggestion, Michael Francisco, and we've got Vinicius, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Street right here, just on the edge of the park. We also have Francisco Street here, so that's some changes. Once again, anybody that comments on any of my videos in this series will get something named after them. You can either be specific, or you can get a road like this. So thank you very much for that. Also, boom, we doubled in size. What? Yeah, we did it. So we're going up here, and this is where we're going to work today. This kind of lake shore. It's a tiny little lake area. In fact, it's only 2,249 cells. I don't know what that is in acres, but it's not that big. But we're going to build Twin Pines Grove, which is going to be, well, you guys saw the intro. You know exactly what it is. It's rich people moving in and making things a little bit more difficult. So first, in terms of the road network, I want this to be very simple, very basic. We're going to have wide sidewalks on this one, and we're going to have 3x3. We're actually going to do this for the first time ever. We're going to have some fairly large homes, but we're going to go in through, first of all, let's get kind of along this road, is what I'm thinking. Just like this. Oh no, ew, I don't want all of those connections. There we go. Just going to kind of move along here, and then this is going to be like the back row of houses. Don't like that one. There we go, we're just going to curve out this way. Boom, and we're gonna do like a little looped cul-de-sac just along here. Just like a little crescent, because actually this street isn't going to have anything along this north side. We're going to put some fences up there, so that should be fine. Actually, is that fine? Oh, I can always move that later. But this is just kind of giving you an idea of what this is going to look like. It's for rich people that don't want anybody else to see them being all rich and highfalutin and things like that. We're going to put a little park in here, so hopefully this will be good. So give me a couple minutes and I'll finish this up. And there we go. We have the road layout for Twin Pine Grove. Once again, thank you very much, Michael Francisco, for the suggestion. This is related to Back to the Future Twin Pines Mall. But we have these two twin pines right on the edge of this little lake, which is going to form the basis of the park, which is kind of the center of this little community here. And when I say little community, I mean it's kind of obnoxious, but whatever. Gentrification is a thing, and people move into desirable areas. Like, what are you going to do about that? There's not much you can do. There's also not much I think that you should do. But at least, this isn't... these aren't real people that are being kicked out of the homes. This is just a more affluent community that is being built up on the shores of Makwasaugen, because quite frankly, we needed the residential investment. Hopefully this will bring us up to 2,400 in the next tier, and then we can start to build maybe along here or along here. But we will see how this goes. But as we are waiting for Twin Pines Grove to fill in... Oh, in case you're wondering, here's all of the zoning. Just that, you can see that everything is mostly 3x3s. Oh, we do have some 3x3s here that I forgot to fill in. But 3x3s, or the occasional 2x3s like around here. But most of these are fairly substantial housing options. These are the largest lots that we have in all of Makwasaugen right now. I don't like the 4x4 lots because those seem absolutely palatial. But this is what it is. So we do also have Twin Lakes Park, which is right here. And this is not going to be particularly big. I know that I do want it to be an official park, because that way all of these houses will get a lot of investment in them. Gateless gravel side entrance. Yep, we're going to do... no, we do need a gateless gravel side entrance, main entrance. We do need a main entrance just to define this as a park. We're just going to put that right there. Boom. And it's not going to be a whole heck of a lot. It's just going to be a couple of meandering paths just around here, and maybe some gazebos. So just let me work on that. And there we go. We have the basic walking path of Twin Pines Lake Park. It's just a simple thing that just goes around the river, that goes around the lake. There is parking so that people that are outside of Twin Pines Grove can access it, and it's a pretty decent park. 3,040 cells, just to compare to the previous one, Unger Park, is 1,083 cells. So this is actually a much larger park, because it contains all of this. But there aren't as many... There's not as much entertainment. This is only 142 out of 220. So let's see if we can't build that up, at least until 220. I know I want some gazebos, but I also want there to be this pier that kind of sticks out into the middle of the lake. I think that would be kind of cool. I just don't really know where to put it. There we go. Let's just place that pier park pier 2 pier park. Pier with the platform. People can enjoy Twin Pines Lake. Now, I got to admit, having the boat launch be this high off the water is really silly to me. But it's the best we can do. It is simply the best we can do. Unfortunately, with what we've got some climbing frames and a trampoline park. I don't think those fit with the kind of vibe we're going here. So let's just get a gazebo that sits... I'm thinking right here to kind of counterbalance this. Let's get this right. Let's rotate. Actually, you know what? We might as well place it right on the water's edge, and then we will fix it with Move It. Good old Move It. Because then that can help us get rid of a lot of things. It can help us deal with the angle, the rotation, and all of the weird terraforming. That is really messed up. I don't like that at all. So let's drop this back down. Excellent. You know what? People can just walk past there. All right. I'm liking this so far. It's nice. It's simple. It's a little bit more rural. A 142 out of 220. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to a level 2. Oh, 274 to 220. Cool. We just needed those two to proc in. Good. So now we need electricity. Into the middle of the park. Because I don't want to put a transformer in there. I don't want to run rural utility lines. So hopefully it can jump across there. And then hopefully here it can jump across there. Because, oh boy, that's unfortunate. But this is pretty good for Twin Pines Grove. Just to do a little bit more landscaping. Like, for example, oh, I wanted to show you this before I forget. So, the Forest Brush Revisited. This is such a great tool. If you're not already using the Forest Brush Revisited, use this tool, because I had to place $300,000 worth of trees just to make all of this look more Georgian Bay. So, I would not have done that by plopping individual trees. That would just be absolute madness. Absolute madness. But hopefully this will start to kick in. Anyways, landscaping. I know I want some flowers along here, certainly along the parking lot. So let's go into this. Let's go into really, really small user-made assets, because usually the user-made assets are better. I do like the concept of like little white bushes that just kind of go around this gazebo. We will use Bob to get rid of these, and good, the electricity did jump across. Fantastic. If you've ever been to Amsterdam, at Vondel Park over there, there are wonderful little examples of things like this. So, just lovely little white flowers just kicking about. Awesome. I love that. Maybe we'll add some nice little flower beds along here. Yes, I definitely like that. But let's see. What colors? Mixed garden? Yeah, why not? Let's just get some of these just in along here. Because there are going to be a lot of trees in along here, because this is Georgian Bay. But there's no point in not using some of these beautiful assets just to create like little anchor points that people can see. Like, maybe this is like a little manufactured. Ooh, that is way too big. That is way too big. I'm thinking like a little, not manufactured, but like a little maintained is the word I'm looking for. Just like a little corner. There we go. That was the cluster. This was the mixed. There we go, just like that. And then just like this, because I like having like united design elements around these corners. It just makes things seem so much more tied in, you know? I don't know. Like, what do you guys think about these flowers? Are they too much? Are they just right for the kind of area we're going for here? Or would you suggest something else? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, everybody that comments will get something named after them. So be specific. Be specific. 2, 3. I'm just putting 3 in each corner. Sometimes more, but usually around 3. There we go. That... Oops, I skipped some corners. Boom, 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 boom. And if you'll note, I'm not putting any on the inside of here. It's mostly just on the outside of that. That looks pretty good. Now we just need some more trees, and I'm not going to be as overzealous with the trees as I have been in other places. I mean, except for like this wall back here, and like inside here. But in the inside of the park itself, I want this to be kind of a little bit more... I don't really know what the word I'm looking for is, but a little bit more like a serene. It's not supposed to be like lush and forested. I want there to be like Like, you go there, and then you just see the entire thing just kind of open up, and so you can see your friends across the lake, or something like this. At least that's what I'm going for. I don't know if it works, but we will have a couple bits of trees just in here. There we go. But if somebody wants to, like, have a little picnic here, lay in the grass, they're totally more than welcome to do that. And I still don't know how we're going to get the foliage, the electricity across to here. That's disappointing. But if we go back to the forest brush revisited, we can start to... I've got two different custom sets. One is for the trees, the other one is for the ground foliage, and I just place that here, and it just adds... I think it adds so much to the depth of what we're building here. If there's just bushes and things like that, and they can go all through the trees, and it's great. If you have some empty spots, that's fine. But it's very much the Bob Ross, just happy little trees, happy little bushes. You don't need them everywhere, just enough to signify some things. There we go. We're going to put some more in here. Yes. Just along this way. Because again, this is Georgian Bay. This is very much still a natural, wild, rugged area. Even if it is filled with houses that will dramatically increase the cost of living for everybody that's in the area, but still. If they like this place because of its wild, semi-wild aesthetic, well then maintain that aesthetic, you know? You're not going to have a whole bunch of people that are moving into the area because, you know, it's got, oh man, there's so many artists and yoga places and whatever. And then you start enacting ordinances that get rid of all the artists and yoga places. But not that I'm into yoga, but I do love independent art. There we go. This is lovely. Boom. I mean, I'm also going to add some rocks because, well, it's Georgian Bay. There's going to be some rocks. Actually, do we have rocks? No, we don't have rocks in the forest brush. That makes sense. But how are things coming along? Yes. Yeah, in fact, we've kind of run down the demand for the residential zone. Interesting. Very interesting, and not what I was anticipating. Not what I was expecting to happen. I didn't think this would fill all of the residential demand. I did not think this would fill all of the residential demand. Some of these houses are a little bit small, not going to lie. I was expecting things that were a little bit bigger. And this better be labeled as a duplex. Okay, that is a duplex. Good. Now, why aren't these leveling up? Okay, they are already leveling up. Increase the value of the land, but hopefully this Twin Pines Lake Park will help us. As soon as we get 500 visitors, we've got 3. Yay! Oh, you know what would be good? If I had reeds. There we go. That's what I was looking for. The tall grass clusters. Because if we place this, if we just kind of drop these down, it looks like reeds on the edge of the pond, which makes sense to me. There we go. Yes. And now I feel like playing Planet Zoo again. I'm just going to bring these into here. Because when I was last at Algonquin Park, which was many, many years ago, I'm talking decades ago, I remember there was like a boardwalk thing. And it just went right out into this reedy area. And it was just super beautiful. Let's drop this down. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, yes, I'm definitely going to do some more detailing like this, but I'm not going to be doing that on camera because, well, it's probably going to be a little bit boring to watch. Now, if I could talk with all of you guys, that would be a little bit more interesting, but just going through and doing this detailing, like, this is what separates, at least for me, just like, I'm not going to say that, like, that the way you play is bad or anything like that, because honestly, I don't believe that. But it just adds the little extra details to me that, for me, make this place seem a lot more livable, a lot more real. So yeah, these clusters are great. Now we just need to find some rocks. There we go. That are pretty good as well. That's an ancient cemetery. We don't want that in the middle of the lake. Maybe these? Yes. And then we can just drop them around like that. Boom. Because, that's because, like, Georgian Bay is extremely rocky. Like I said, it's in the first episode, it's where the southern Ontario beaches meet the absolute rocky slopes. Not slopes, but the rocky areas of the Canadian Shield. So, putting something like this does actually make a lot of sense, at least to me. It doesn't look particularly great, but it does make sense. There we go. And then if we just put some more foliage around the outside, that will definitely hide some of that, but it will still make it look a little bit rockier. There we go. Yes! Oh yeah, I'm liking the way that looks. But that's going to take a little bit, and like I said, we will be doing that off camera. Wow, 2266! Okay, I might actually change part of the plans for this episode, because we need more industry. How is Luke Mills doing? How is Luke Mills doing in terms of how many people it has? It has 260 out of 282 workers. So we will need some more. But that was going to be down... That was going to be down here with like a furniture factory and things like that. Fantastic. Ooh, I think I already know what the next episode is going to be. Alright. Alright, but let's just fill in this a little bit more. And I'll do a lot more of this off camera. Just showing you guys like my design process and how things work for me. Amazing. Oh, I'm loving this. I mean, not that I love people completely changing the dynamic of a neighborhood, but this is realistic and it does make sense. Now, in terms of this area, with like this park out here, because I want these people to be able to like look out onto the lake and things. And it doesn't appear that this has connected over. So let's do a transformer, which if I put one right in there, that will connect over. Okay, it's kind of cheating because this does actually generate 10 megawatts of power, which is 20% of the overall power here, but it's better than putting a rural utility line all the way through here, because how else would we get the power to this? And this is just like, it's tiny, you can barely even see it. In fact, if I were to put this here, you wouldn't see it at all. But it does what the game needs to do. Just double check that it's still connected. Fantastic. Alright. But this, I want this to be a little bit more defined, a little bit more structured. Kind of like it's been planned, these kinds of things. So let's go with a somewhat tall tree. Maybe a shore pine. Yeah, let's go with, because this is twin pines, let's get some of these. Let's just get that, and then that there. That does make sense. It doesn't completely block the view from these people. Or for these people. There we go. And let's get planted. Now, I've been trying to figure out what on earth goes here. And I think I may have got it. If we build a pathway that connects to... that should snap to the nodes, or just goes along, right along there. Right? That kind of defines the eastern edge of this. Well, once we turn off anarchy and get those trees out of the way. Boom. Boom. And these are just going to be hidden by anarchy, but that's okay. There we go. Oh dears, those trees are going in right through those. So we are going to have to do a little bit of management, but whatever. Let's go back to here. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. My apologies. I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the park chessboard actually might make a little bit of sense right here. Right? Just be like a place that people can go to. We'll connect some paths along here. And yeah, I mean, all of those wonderful, happy people. But this chessboard does kind of make sense. I think this is something that the people of this area might actually really enjoy doing. So let's just get this off of there. Distance too short. Yeah, of course. There we go, that all connects, and then we'll connect things down through to the parking lot through here, and I think this does kind of work. I mean, I'm definitely going to have to get rid of those bushes right there, but that's okay, that's not a big deal, that's fairly easy to do. Boom, there we go. And then we can connect this space down to here. I kind of like this. It does need a little bit more foliage, not gonna lie. So maybe some like flower gardens. I think just some little things in along here I think would be a little bit good. So let's go for content creator trees. Nope. I want some bushes. Some little flower clusters. There we go, like Pacific rhododendrons or something like that. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this, but something like... maybe we even do something like this. It kind of connects out like that, and then connects out like that. And then we can make the rhododendrons just kind of go across like this. It's just this little, happy little flowery area. There we go, we'll just fill this in like this. Or are those too big? Those may be way too big for the scale of the people. So let's see what else will work. There we go. I think these pink flowers are a little bit better in terms of the scale compared to everything else. I'm just going to go like that, and then around, and then boom. Yes. I like the look of this. It keeps people on the paths, which again, this is designed to be a little bit more of a fancier neighborhood. So I think staying off the grass is something that's going to be a little bit more appealing to these kinds of folks. There we go. And we do need a fence, I think, right along here, just to really encapsulate that. Really keep everything separate. Oh boy, that path is right on the line. So if I do this, then I will cut into their housing. Let's see if I can squeeze this in. I don't think I can. Nope, that actually destroys both. Indeed. Well, either way, let's continue getting these flowers. Nope, not individuals. I want lines of flowers. There we go. Fantastic. I think this, yep, this anchors it to me. This anchors it for me because these areas aren't really supposed to be for people's use. These are purely decorative plants in here. We do need some larger ground cover, and I think that the leafy garden is just a bit too bright. Or is it? No, you know what? I think that does fit. So let's just fill in this. There we go. There's Twin Pines Lake Park with the actual, like... the word I was looking for earlier was maintained. It was maintained, or... there was another word that I just had. Not manufactured, not maintained. Like, sculpted. Whatever. But, so it's something like this. Like, it's got a lot of trees, it's got a lot of bushes, it's got a lot of foliage, and I know that we definitely need to do something about this line right here. So let's just do that right now. I think we can get a line of blocking trees. Just... no, it appears we can't. This house is so close to this node. So let's just move this node over here, that node over there. Oh, and we deleted all of those trees. All of these bushes. Dang, did not want that to happen. Yeah, well, that just means we got to replace them. That's okay. There we go. And that line of trees right there, maybe with an additional line of bushes, perhaps will complete that separation of what is park and what is individual private land. So let's just get, again, the wild hedge large dark. Will that go over top? Let's just get that right in there for most of them. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. So that's most of them, and then we'll just get an additional few just in here where we can. Although that is a very large bush. So maybe we'll make that a little bit smaller and kind of start tapering that down. And finally, right down to the smallest. There we go. We do have a distinction, but as you can see, like, this is definitely, I think you're seeing exactly what I'm going for with a lot of this. It's both, like, let's get rid of that rock. It's rustic, but it's also home, right? I think that the people that were going to be living here in Twin Pines Grove would definitely be the kind of people that would want something like that as part of their main park. And Twin Pines Lake Park is now, yes, 386 out of 220 entertainment value, but oh yeah, people aren't going there because they have to pay for it. This is good. I like this a lot, this new area. We're 60 people short. We are 60 people shy of the next city milestone. And I'm a little bit disappointed by that. But hopefully, like, I could build like 3 more houses, and that would get the people in. Let's give it a little bit of time to run through and see if we can actually get there. Alright, I've let this run for just a little bit, and it appears that we are actually plateauing at about 2350. So I do want to get to the next level, because that will give us Boomtown, where we can start to expand our physical borders a little bit. We can get ferries and tours and postal service. This is going to be lovely. The ore industry specialization, which we can start to build right up there in a bit. But we do need to expand our residential footprint by a bit, so let's just start to figure out where things are going to go. Let's go with rural. Let's get this right across here, because as soon as I'm thinking as soon as it crosses this road, boom, we're going to go like this, and then it's going to start to kind of climb, and then kind of go over this, and then go up this way, if indeed we do want to create a train connection up here. But that's kind of how this is going to go. So basically this entire area is going to be for train. So let's see if we can't figure out how to basically... Oh, that's a weird situation that I did there. So I'm thinking if we just get these areas filled in, that could be our extra population. So I'm thinking maybe let's do something like this. But let's take this and this. We'll just move it back that way. Because this does kind of make sense. I've seen things like this before in various places that I've lived. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 new units, which will hopefully get us over that little blip, and then this can be either a little commercial center. Maybe this can be the trains. No, it can't be the train station. The train station's going to go back here. But we can do something like that with that really large crescent like that. But I'm also thinking something along here also makes a lot of sense. But we will see just how quickly these things start to fill up. And it appears that answer is very rapidly. Yeah, there is just so much demand that things are just absolutely sprouting through. And this, yeah, because this is realistic population, this like Windsor Terrace apartments is going to have 6 households, which can fit, each household has like 4 people in it. So that, you know, this, wow, that's 23 people just in that one building. Okay, yeah, this will definitely get us to hit our 2,400. Yes! And then it can be excited for this, and then it can be excited for the next episode, which is where we're actually going to start building the things that we get from reaching the next population threshold. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for your support. Dalton Bador, Johnny Coolgy, ACC Original, Mangs856. Yo, bud, you're absolutely crushing it. You're going back and watching all my old videos. I absolutely love that. Vinicius Duma, Luke Mills, Scooter Campbell, Sean Hudgens, VE5VV, and Michael and Francisco. Thank you guys all for your wonderful support, for leaving comments, letting me know what you think. And if you want me to read your name out in one of these, just by all means, totally hit me up, and I'll read out your name. And I'll name something after you. But we've got a lot of policies, we've got a lot of things going. We can finally fix those highways. Look at all those network types. Oh, I love it. I love it. Toll booths, we don't really need that, but elder care, child health care, tram depots, emergency shelters, ferry stops. Ferries! Because of course we're going to have ferries in this. But that will have to be until the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please like, please subscribe, please comment, let me know what you think. And most importantly, and I really do mean this, have a fantastic day. Tell somebody you love that you love them. Things can happen, you know? I don't want to sound morbid, but things can happen. Tell somebody you love that you love them. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time in Makwasaugen. Bye, everybody.